let's go to the main toolbar to customize. We'll scroll down to Unit Setup. Then we're going to select US Standard Decimal Inches, then press OK. Now we can go over to the Create panel, Geometry, and we're going to select the box. We'll just drag out our box in the front viewport, right here in the center. Then we'll go over to the Modify panel and we're going to type in length of 20, a width of 2, and a height of 2. Now let's go up to the main toolbar and click on the Move tool to activate the Transform panel at the bottom of the screen. Now we'll scroll down to the panel and right-click on all the dials to bring them back to 0. This is just centered our box. Now let's just drag it up here in the front viewport. Okay, let's maximize the front viewport. Just press Alt W on the keyboard to do that. Now we can go over to Shapes and select a line. I want the line to be exactly 20 inches high, so I'm going to draw it here right beside the box. Hold the Shift key down to create a straight line. Then let's go back to Shapes and select Engon. I'll just draw out an Engon in the front viewport. Don't worry about the radius, we'll fix this now in the Modify panel. So now we'll go here to the radius and we're going to type in 3.5. And the sides, we're going to bring them down to 4. We want 2 more copies, so I'm just going to hold the Shift key down and drag the Engon to the right. Now here in the Clone options, I'll select Copy, and number of copies I'll type in 2. There we are, I have my 3 Engons. I'll select the middle Engon, make sure it is the second one, and I'll change the radius to 2.5. I'll leave the sides at 4. Now the third Engon, I'm going to type a radius of 1.5. There we are. Now I have the 3 shapes which are needed to create this loft. Let's press Alt W again to go back to all 4 viewports. There we are. I think we can just delete the box now. I don't need that now. Now we can add the loft, but first of all we'll have to select the line, which is going to be our path. We'll go to the Create panel, Geometry, and now behind Standard Primitives, we'll scroll down to Compound Objects, and we'll click on Loft. To make a loft, we need a path and a shape, so the line is going to be the path. Now we need to get the shape. Press the button, Get Shape. Here in the path parameters, it's set to 0. That's going to be the top of our path. So we'll just go over and we'll click on the small Engon. You can see now a surface has been created in the shape of the Engon. Let's create another one. We'll go over to the path parameters and we're going to type in 50. First let's press Alt W to maximize the perspective viewport. We'll type in 50, press Get Shape, and now we're going to click on the second Engon. There we are, you can see it's adjusted to the shape. Let's go back over to path parameters, we'll type in 100, press Get Shape, and we're going to click on the third or the large Engon. Let's go back over to the panel. Let's have a look at skin parameters. Now here in capping, we're going to undo cap start. There we are. You can see now I've got a hole. This is going to be the hole in the vase, and the bottom is still capped. That's fine. We'll go back over to the panel and have a look at adaptive path steps. If I undo that, you can see it's evenly spaced out the steps. And if you want to bring the steps up, you just go over to path steps and boost the dial. But for this video, it's fine as it is. I'll go back and turn on adaptive path steps. Turn on liner interpolation. That will give us these nice straight edges down the side. I'll go and click on the Modify panel. And now I'm going to scroll down here in the Modify panel to Deformations. We're going to use the twist. So click on the twist button. Let's have a look at the dialog a minute. The red line is the path or the line. We can insert corner points and we have a move tool. The 0 is the top end of our path and the 100 is the end of our path. And the dotted line that runs right through the middle is the Engon that we placed in the middle. Make sure we have our move tool activated, and now we're going to drag our end point up to 100. There, like that. There we are. Our shape is totally twisted. Very quick and easy. That's good. Just have a look. Just going to zoom out. Now we can add a shell modifier, but before we do that, let's change the name. We'll type in vase. Let's go over to the Modify list now and we'll scroll down under Object Space Modifiers and select Shell. There we are, Shell Modifier. We'll go over to the parameters. In an outer amount, we're just going to bring this down to 0.2. Okay, let's just zoom in a wee bit. Right-click and convert to an editable poly. Now we can go over to the panel and select the edge mode. Then select one of the top edges. Hold the Control key down and select the edge on the opposite side. Let's go over to the panel now and click on Loop. Next we'll scroll down to the small settings box for chamfer. Here in the chamfer caddy, just type in 0.05, then press the OK button twice. This has made our edges a lot smoother. Now we can go up and turn up our editable poly. Now we're going to turn the bars just orbit around, and we're going to select the bottom polygon. So we're going to polygon mode, select the bottom polygon, we'll go over to edit polygons and click on the small settings box for inset. Now here in the inset caddy, we're just going to type in something like 0.3 and then press the OK. Okay, now we can go over and turn off our editable poly. Let's just zoom out and have a look. That's looking very good. Very good indeed. Got a nice twist. Let's go over now to the modify list and we're going to add a turbo smooth modifier. So we're just going to scroll down to turbo smooth. And there we are. We'll just leave the itinerations at 1. Just orbit around. Let's have a look. Okay, another important thing to do before we finish is to set the pivot point. So let's go up to the hierarchy panel. Click on Effect Pivot Only. Then in Alignment, click on Center to Object. Let's go back now and turn off our Effect Pivot. Also, we can delete all the shapes. Now we don't need them. As you can see, it's easy and effective to model objects with Loft. I've created a second part to this video where you can learn how to create a wireframe material to show off your topology. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.